Or sometimes people have this wrong notion that unless you set up a new enterprise, you are not an entrepreneur. Let me tell you that entrepreneurism can be any and everywhere. If you're a teacher, if you're a trainer, if you're a student, if you're a worker, any damn thing. Like for my latest social entrepreneurship is that there's a music society, classical music society called Surbi in Dwarka. They said, sir, aapko president banana hai maine. I said, I don't know the M of music. He said, इसलिए तो आपको बनाना है. क्योंकि इसके पहले जो था वो बड़ा नुक्ताचीनी निकालता था, whereas you, and then we are having an annual function, and I also happen to be part of the Speak Mackey. They're going to have a function, so they wanted me to have a piece of writing. As our friend Siddharth is a writer, I hope you have no objection to that. Okay? Yeah. So I've also written a one-page piece regarding music. How it can be music to your ears or it could be noise. आपका यदि mood है तो आपको बड़ा अच्छा music लगेगा. If you are not in the mood तो लगेगा पता नहीं क्या भैं भैं करिए किया जा रहा है. And I am always reminded of this TV serial. सास भी कभी बहू थी, टीचर भी कभी स्टूडेंट रह चुका है, ट्रेनर भी कभी ट्रेनी था. So I know how difficult it is for you to jello this guy is here. I know that. No problem. What I'm trying to say is music therapy is also available. So from that point of view, using music, when I talked about K.L. Sehgal and Yo-Yo Honey Singh, I was a consultant to Sondi Sports Goods Industry at Jalandhar, where Jeff Boycott's gloves were being made in this factory in Jalandhar. So I know right from those days where the person knew that music improves productivity. And one of my recommendations after my initial 1 week of study, I said, please stop playing this music, because there were two sets of workers, Sialkotis, who were doing the stitching. One was the older lot, the other one was the younger lot. So जब K.L. Sehgal के गाने सुनाए जाते थे in the factory place, these elderly people loved it, their productivity went up. But the younger people, they said, क्या वाहियात boring गाने लगाए हुए हैं. They started fighting with each other. And when the other song, Bobby के गाने हम तुम एक कमरे में बंद हो, were being played, the younger lot loved it, whereas the older set of people said, क्या वाहियात गाने लगाए हुए हैं. So music theory would have said that it increases productivity, but on the adverse, it was bringing down the productivity. So I said, have instrumental music, nothing else. काफी हम लोग भाई लोग जो है, जैसे टेंशन लेने को नहीं, टेंशन देने को है. Japanese are so much well disciplined, over disciplined, that there's so much of stress in them. Maximum number of suicides are by the Japanese executives. हमारे इंडियन भाई लोग नो टेंशन, ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा बालाजी तिरुपति में चले गए, चढ़ावा चढ़ा दिया, माता वैष्णो देवी के चला गया, वहाँ चढ़ावा चढ़ा दिया. Tension is passed on. So we don't like to retain that tension. Or some people are from Mumbai, we have the laughing clubs, ha 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 ha, to reduce their tension. उनका टेंशन तो दूर हो गया, लेकिन मोहल्ले वालों का टेंशन बढ़ गया. In totality, that is what we want to see. It does not really mean that do whatever you want to do. There is also a restraint. Some of our friends will tell you, feel free, do any damn thing. There is flexibility, but what is the amount of flexibility that can be exercised? So you have flexi timings. The students come 10 to 12, the teacher comes 8 to 10. What I'm trying to tell you, there's lots in theory. In practice, it's something else. So this business about doing for yourself, doing for others, and since Nanditesh is here, I think he is very much usually inspired by the words of Swami Vivekananda. I also had the opportunity to talk on his 150th birth anniversary at Jaipur and Kota. And I'd like to read out his message. It is the youth who will transform the nation. Stand on your own feet. Believe in yourself. I can. Be bold and fearless. Be open to learning from anyone. Take wisdom from wherever it comes. Our friend talked about the financial management class. I keep myself in the learning mode. In 68, when I did my BTech, we used the punch card systems. Today, I can also talk on supercomputing and cloud computing and biocomputing, etc., because I keep myself in the learning mode. On IIM Calcutta walls, slogans were written, the more you read, the more stupid you become. So my children would say, Pop, padhai kyun kare? So I would tell them, the more you read, the more you come to know that whatever you know is just a drop in the ocean of knowledge. I teach optimization. I definitely know that Japanese Kaizen principle is always applicable. Everything can be improved. You can see records breaking, whether it's the 1 mile or the marathon or in high jump or pole vault. If people were so sturdy, giant-like, maybe they didn't have the technique. I think techniques are important. So education really means having the intellect, having the emotion. In fact, when I joined the teaching profession, someone told me, "Arey Banwet, tum kyun bhatta bithane ja rahe ho?" I said, "Bhaiya, दूसरों से थोड़ा कम बिठाऊंगा." So I keep that in mind. The person who taught me physics, chemistry, and maths in school, in the Christian Brothers, was not a graduate himself, but he could communicate and teach maths, etc., so well that he brought about that interest in us. So it's all very important. What gives you satisfaction? I was in Kuwait for 2 years, 94 to 96, getting 2 lakh rupees a month, but there was no work to do because it was this reconstruction phase. But what you had to do, walk fast on the corridors to show you're very busy. And often, yahi hota hai. Many of us are very busy doing nothing. We are jogging at the same place. There is no roadmap, no vision, no mission. And we are all management students here. As someone also said in the morning, look before you leap. Plan your work, work your plan. Again, most of us, usually the heart problems would come in just after retirement. But today we find a guy 20-year-old having heart problems. Pressures everywhere, tension everywhere. I went to a guy's house. I said, भाई साहब कहाँ है? वो तो बच्चे को ट्यूशन के लिए लेके गए हैं. I said, कौन सी क्लास में पढ़ता है? वो अभी क्लास 1 में है. It's very true that most of us have no time for us, our own kids. Like my eldest son who's in US, he would ask lots and lots and lots of questions. So going from Chandigarh to Calcutta by the Kalka mail, the people around them in the compartment would say, "अरे बैनवर्ड साहब आपका बड़ा इंटेलिजेंट होनहार बेटा है." मैंने कहा भैया तुम ही ले जाओ इसको. Because we ourselves do not keep encouraging that asking questions. I am an industrial engineer. We are taught to keep our eyes, ears, everything open. I was very impressed with the horse who keeps standing, and in fact, when Abdul Kalamji came and addressed our IIT students, he said, youth has stopped dreaming. So everyone in the audience shut off their eyes. He said, no, I want you to dream with your eyes open. I think that is very important. But many of us think that unless you sleep, you cannot see a dream. And in the dream, there are no constraints. भले ऐश्वर्या हो या आमिर खान हो, जो भी हो आपका choice, no problem. It's only when you open your eyes, you feel and get all lot of constraints that are there. Theory of constraints, Goldratt's, the goal model, etc. So I think, I know that there's limited time, but be ambitious. Don't be over-ambitious. Be enthusiastic. Don't be over-enthusiastic. Usually, the first question that I ask, if you are given, इन्होंने तो 50 लाख की बात कही, if you are given $1 million, how will you feel? Would you feel overjoyed? And if you have $1 million loss, what will happen to you? Are you overawed? Yeah. If you are too happy with what you have got, and if you are too dejected with whatever you have lost, you are not fit, to my mind, to be an entrepreneur. Take life as it comes. Sometimes good, sometimes bad. तो हमारे भी भैया जो पोएट्री सुन लो, life is made up of ups and downs, sometimes in smiles and frequently in frowns. Because the joy that is there passes off very fast. 1 hour, if you're sitting in the ICU with some of your relatives, it looks, अरे 8 घंटे से बैठा हूँ. But if you have attended a very interesting lecture, सिद्धार्थ जैसे, 1 घंटा लगता है यार, 5 मिनट में खत्म हो गया. Psychological value of time is different. So what I'm trying to tell you is that whatever you do, yoga really means keeping a balance of mind, balance of nature. And another thing is the angry young man looks as if it is very good. You are at different stages of the life cycle. Please try to control your anger and irritation. Siddharth bhai. I also was very irritated by many things. I should have left the dais and gone because my time for speaking is over and I have a class back at IIT Delhi. But still, I maintain my cool and balance. If I was the chairman of a session, I would not let it happen, howsoever interesting the speaker might have been.
Thank you so much.
Huh? So what I'm trying to say is, हमें भी गुस्सा आता है. So learn to channelize your energy in the right direction. We all are energetic. If you channelize your energy in the right direction, I'm sure success will follow you. We have the brain drain problem. We have talked a lot about IITians going abroad. Or should you be a brain in the drain to convert it into a brain bank? In the IIT